So every now and then, the Republicans really let the mask slip. And I've always said this. If you had to just put down in writing, here are the policy positions I'm for, here's what I voted for in the past, here's what I'm going to vote for in the future, and they had to put, and it was sort of like, there's a penalty if you lie, right? So like if you say this and you don't actually support this, there's consequences. You know what I'm saying? So if they were forced to put down what they actually believe, what their policies actually are, there wouldn't be a single Republican elected in this country. There just wouldn't be, because the stuff they're actually for, it's insane. I mean, shit, we covered the other day, what was the, I forget his name, Tom Emmer, I think, was saying, he dodged a question 4 times when asked, should Americans be sent to the concentration camp in El Salvador? He dodged it 4 times. So if he's being honest, he would have to write down, I want to send Americans to concentration camps. Who's going to vote for that, right? Who's going to vote for that? So but when they say the quiet part out loud, when the mask slips, when they tell the truth, man, are these important moments, because everybody needs to see this, everybody needs to hear this, everybody needs to understand what these people are really all about. So in the state house in Missouri, you have this state senator, Rick Bratton, and he is going to comment here on this. They have this direct ballot initiative, this direct vote on, hey, should people in this state get a week of paid sick leave? A week of paid sick leave. That was something the people voted on. Well, it passed because it doesn't matter how red the state is. If you put up a common sense idea like raising the minimum wage, right? Or this, people go, yeah, I like that. It doesn't matter how MAGA they are, how right-wing they think they are. When you say just this thing, what do you think? People go, yeah, that makes sense, right? So anyway, this guy is aghast at this reaction from the public, at the support of the public for paid sick leave. Listen to what he says in his rant. Let's watch.
This is one of those things of the problem with direct democracy. This is exactly what our founders were expressly against when they formed this nation. We're a constitutional republic with individual representation confined by constitutional restraints of what government can and can't do.
I just love the irony of, at the same time, Trump is rounding up innocent people and sending them to a concentration camp in El Salvador in contravention of U.S. law and international law and our Constitution. I love the fact he's smugly lecturing about constitutional restraints. You know what? You should be giving the same speech, but instead focusing on Trump's illegal kidnappings and human traffickings. That's what you should be talking about. These people are unsalvageable.
And for us to think that the founders had in their mind's eye that we would be putting in front of every single voter and every single time with every single policy measure for them to decide whether or not this was good or policy or not, especially when the people casting the ballots for measures such as this, they have no skin in the game whatsoever when it comes to these sorts of measures.
He's just giving an open rant against the idea of the people having a say in the laws that govern them. This is the textbook definition of elitism. He's like, hey, you're a peasant. You don't know dick about dick. Let me make all the decisions. Let me and my upper echelon, higher society class, let us make all the decisions, please.
No realization of the detriment or the harm that it may cause to their very own bottom dollar, because they may not even understand what these provisions, what these measures would do to their employer.
You have got to be kidding me. Won't ever anybody think of the employer? Won't anybody think of the boss? Won't anybody think of the guy who makes the most money and does the least amount of work? Who the fuck does this guy represent? He's telling you. He's telling you who he represents. Yeah, I'm with the big guys. I'm with the 1%. I'm with the people who own shit. I'm not with the workers. Pfft, workers, get out of here with that shit. Know your place.
At the end of the day, the people, most people casting these votes on these measures, they don't own businesses. They don't understand what's required to meet the bottom line, to keep people employed. We are not a direct democracy, and we got to stop telling our kids that we're a democracy, first and foremost, because we're not a democracy, or we are a republican form of government. We say the pledge every day. We say it to the republic for which it stands, not the democracy for which it stands, and especially not the direct democracy for which it stands.
I can't. How many times have you heard similar talking points from the right? Actually, we're a republic. We're not a democracy. okay, listen up, idiots. We are both a constitutional republic and a representative democracy, right? So it would be just as valid for me to say, we're not a republic, we're a representative democracy. That would be just as valid for me to say as your shit of we're a republic. We are both a constitutional republic and a representative democracy. And by the way, there is a rich history of states doing direct ballot initiatives. So people do get to vote on certain things directly. I think we should expand that. I think we should have that at the federal level. I think that would be wonderful. He clearly doesn't. Why? Because he is absolutely, it is so controversial to him. It is so offensive to him that the peasants would say, you know what, 1 week paid sick leave each year, I think that makes sense.
People can moan and they can groan, but it's the ones that moan and groan are probably not the ones signing the front of the checks that employ the people that are having to bear these costs.
You want a week of paid sick time each year? Have you thought about your boss? Have you thought about the owner? Have you thought about how it might negatively affect them? Maybe they have to get their ass in work and cover your shift. Oh, that would be unacceptable. They should obviously be on their yacht. Okay. Oh my God, these people are disgusting. Look at the amount of outrage, the amount of moral condemnation over this. This is a political party that doesn't support raising the minimum wage. This is a political party that doesn't support universal health care. This is a political party that doesn't support unions. This is a political party which is across the board pro-war. This is a political party that's against due process. And he has nothing but sheer condemnation for voters who would dare say, I need a week paid vacation time by law. A week. A week. By the way, we are the only developed country in the world that doesn't get a tremendous amount of time that's paid sick leave, paid family leave, paid vacation time. You look at the charts. We've shown them on the show before. You've had there's 2 months in this country and 3 months in that country per year of time off that you get by law, paid. This country, 0, donut. Nothing is by law, nothing. If you're lucky to get a week or 2 of paid vacation time, it's only because your boss was like, I'll give him a week or 2 paid vacation time. So a lot of people don't fucking have it. So from when you go into the workforce until when you fucking leave, it is nonstop. You don't have rights. What is a capitalist business? It is a mini dictatorship. The CEO is the dictator, or the owner is the dictator, right? And they get to, you got to do this, you got to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. You have no rights, you have no say whatsoever. The idea, the liberal idea and the leftist idea is, I don't think that's okay. I think we should rein in the dictatorial power of the CEO or the owner. I think there's certain things they can't do, like sexually harass you. I think there's certain things they can't do, like have a 14-year-old work an overnight shift on a school night. I think they have to not pollute and destroy the local river because they can save some money by dumping their shit in there, right? I think they should be mandated by law. Hey, this person gets a month off, whether it's sick time or vacation time or family time. He's outraged at the idea. A measly week paid sick time by law. Sick time. Think about what the logical conclusion of what his argument is. Yeah, I don't care if you're sick. Shut the fuck up and go to work. Or if you do miss, sorry, you're going to miss your paycheck and maybe you can't pay your rent that month. Tough cookies. He represents the owners. That's what he represents. If people knew what this Republican Party, what they really supported, you'd never have another one elected ever again. You wouldn't. Because this is who they are. This is what they believe in. And the polls on this issue are not close. It's not close, right? I mean, we're talking, 80%, 90% of the country say, yeah, a week paid sick time. That sounds like a good idea. And here he is, proudly standing with the 10%, right? Or the 20%, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, my God. But thank you again for saying the quiet part out loud. We appreciate it. It's very instructive. It's very educational. It's very informational. People will see this and adjust accordingly. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.